Welcome back to another episode of the Virtual Event Tuesdays podcast, where we discuss how to make six figures with a mic and a camera using virtual events. I'm your host, Justin James from Let Your Nerd Be Heard. I take care of the event technology and strategies so that you can keep your focus on what matters the most, your content, offer, and coaching. My clients have generated more than $6 million from their virtual events that I have produced. Today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest misconceptions in the virtual event world, that you need a complicated array of tech for your event studio in order to run a successful virtual event that brings you in sales and turns your attendees into raving fans. So many event hosts have come to me and think that they need a complicated array of tech to pull off a successful virtual event. However, it's not the tech that makes your event. It is your content, offer, and coaching that makes the event the experience that's going to turn your attendees into raving fans and bring you sales. One of my clients, Jess, believed she needed a huge amount of tech for her virtual event. When she came to me, she had multiple expensive cameras, multiple TVs, multiple computers, an expensive headset microphone, and just to name a few of the crazy amount of tech that she had purchased. She had spent thousands of dollars on all of this gear that people told her that she must have in order to run a successful virtual event. And at the end of the day, she ultimately tossed it into her closet in frustration, and it stopped her from running her virtual events. It was just a dizzying amount of gear, and it was just going to be her that was going to be running it. Even if she had managed to get it all working together, she was going to constantly be worried about, is the tech working? Is the tech going to fail? What's the next tech thing that I need to do? And it was taking her focus away from what mattered the most, her content, offer, and coaching. Once we streamlined her tech setup to exactly what she needed and what she could manage, she was able to just focus on her content, offer, and coaching and finally run the virtual event that she'd so been desiring to run. And she's since run multiple virtual events that have brought her over $500,000 in revenue. Now, bringing in an extra $500,000 in revenue doesn't suck. How would your life and your business change if you brought in an extra $500,000 in revenue this year? It's easy to get lured into the allure of intricate tech setups when we see the big industry names on the fancy stages surrounded by multiple cameras and multiple TVs and flashy graphics. However, you have to remember these individuals have extensive teams working behind the scenes whose primary job is to manage all of this tech and, more importantly, make sure it doesn't actually crash. You don't need an extensive tech setup to deliver an unforgettable experience that turns your attendees into raving fans and brings you sales. All you need is a decent camera, decent microphone, and decent lighting. Let's take a quick look at another client of mine, Ray, who's generated well over $1 million from his virtual events using just a simple headset microphone, a webcam, and the overhead lights in his office. With the simplicity of his tech setup, it allowed Ray to keep his focus on what mattered, his content, offer, and coaching. Now, for the rest of your event tech that makes the event run outside of your studio tech, which there is a good amount, you got ticket sales pages, offer sales pages, your Zoom management, your breakout room management, just to name a few. You should hire a virtual event producer like myself to take care of all the behind the scenes intricacies. Ensure that your event runs smoothly and make your event an experience that turns your attendees into raving fans and brings you sales. Thank you for tuning in today to another episode of the Virtual Event Tuesday podcast. And remember, when it comes to virtual event tech, simplicity is key. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help us reach more event hosts like yourself. Join us next Tuesday for another insightful episode of the Virtual Event Tuesday podcast. Until then, keep your tech simple and your content powerful. And remember, let your nerd be heard.